Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. All right, guys, welcome back. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are going to have a great Friday and a safe one, and make some memories with your friends and family, and live life to the best you can. And speaking of that, my next guest is Isaï Williamson. She is a soul activator and medicine being. She's out in Salt Lake City, Utah. And let me give you the website in case you want to follow along here. It's I'm going to spell it for you. SACRED. It's an alternative and holistic approach to health through intuitive healing. They use clairsentient intuition. They use a variety of methods and modalities to achieve balance for your mind, your body, and your spirit. And some of those methods are crystal healing, frequency healing, plant medicine, aromatherapy, meditation, chakra rebalancing and aligning, and emotional processing. So, Isaï, and learn from her. So, guys, if you want a question, you can do that. 631-730-7376. Or you can go into, just do the instant feedback if you like. Go Casey Instant Feedback. It comes up on my screen. I'll read your question to Isaï. Just give me your name and your city or state. And if you're bashful, just say anonymous. All right. I'll ask your question to Isaï, and your professional guest here will respond to it, and you can hear it live on the air. All right. So we are always helping out our listeners. So, guys, with no further ado, I am so excited to bring back to the program the one and only Miss Isaï Williamson. Miss Isaï, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Oh, there, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you? All of it.
Oh, you did? Okay. And can you fill in the blanks for me, for the audience that may not be familiar with your show? Can you just kind of fill in the blanks about, what you do in your business and everything?
For sure. Yeah, kind of like what you described with the brief introduction, which thank you so much, Casey Armstrong, and as an amazing host. You introduced me very, very beautifully.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. So I'm a non-binary two-spirit being, and I work with, like you said, a variety of different methods and modalities to achieve healing, both physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The work that I do is called soul activation. I'm a soul activator. And basically what that means is I help people remember who and what they are and reclaim their power and their divinity to transform their lives within and then without.
How cool. Wow. And what got you into this, Isaï?
Yeah, so kind of a brief overview of the first segment we did last week is I grew up around a lot of these methods and modalities as a child, growing up with homeopathy and crystal healing and natural healing and alternative medicines and just an eclectic belief modality. Uh-huh. So I was brought up in a lot of these energetic ways of looking at life and going to school for psychology, just combining that with my practices. So
I got you, and I'm sorry if we have to repeat ourselves sometimes, but it's radio, so it's a whole different. We got a whole new crowd, so people that were there last week, we got we might have some new fans of yours coming in here, so that's why we do that. So last question that I'll ask to refresh is sacred stasis. Can you talk about what that is?
Yes. So Sacred Stasis I'm the founder and creator of Sacred Stasis. It's an organization that is meant to move with a variety of methods that, particularly as I am the entrepreneur of this small business right now, eventually I see Sacred Stasis moving into a direction of becoming a one-stop center for mind, body, and spirit. So eventually, within the next 5 to 10 years, I'm envisioning a space where multiple different practitioners, massage therapy, iridology, chiropractic, psychiatry, psychotherapy, Reiki, just a one-stop center for the health of anyone to come to. And Sacred Stasis is termed as the divine balance between what separates the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine, the creation, the destruction, life and death. Yeah.
So cool. You have so many different topics that I want to tackle and get into. I want to pick your brain because there's so much stuff that you know that I want to know. So I'm sure the audience is the same way here. And I do. Yeah. I see you guys. I see you guys on the instant feedback. Yes, I will try and get to your questions. I see you. I see you, John. I see you, Sarah. I see, and there's a bunch of people, but I'll try my best. Miss Isaï, one thing that I want to know about, what is frequency healing?
Yeah, so a big part of the work that I do is frequency healing. So frequency healing is synonymous with sound therapy. They both are a way of achieving wellness within the mind, body, and the spirit. There have been, for thousands of years, human beings are very musical creatures. From the moment we spoke the first word to beating the first drum, there's been something that humans are drawn to with music.
Yeah.
And it shifts a lot of energy in how we feel within our body. It can make us sad. It can make us happy. It can calm us down. It can excite us. So frequency healing or sound therapy, I use in my practice to assist individuals to achieve wellness. And that gets to be done in a variety of different ways. Sound baths.
Do you use those, Miss Isaï, do you use those things? They look like I don't. Pitchfork is the wrong word, but
tuning forks.
Thank you. I'm not a musical person, but do you use that in your practice?
Yeah. So tuning forks is also a specialty of mine. I work with vibrational acupressure. So
that's what it is,
the tuning forks get to be used directly into the meridians of the body or the energy points of the body. And the vibration goes directly into the tissue and then vibrates into the cells and the organs, the bones, etc. And the frequency then will be the body accepts the frequency or doesn't accept the frequency. And from there, healing starts occurring on the cellular and the DNA level.
Are you trying to bring up the frequency? Because I heard that the higher frequencies are more into wellness. Is that true, or is that just something I just didn't understand?
No, yeah. So that's going to be something that I would like to talk about a little bit later on.
Okay.
There's nothing to be said that one is better than the other. It's just the way that the vibration, if the wavelength is thicker or more short, and that has a completely different effect on the person.
Hey, do they use some of this stuff, like musicians? Do they use some of this stuff on us to make us like a song or make us feel a certain way? That might be a stupid question, but I figured I'd ask anyway.
No. So what I'm hearing you say, Casey, if I'm understanding your question correctly, is, are you asking if? Can you ask the question?
Yeah. I'm asking if musicians know what you know and know by certain frequencies putting out there, it's going to bring people to it, and it's going to
100%.
Really?
100%. I mean, if you look at the pop music culture, there's specific chords and specific tunings that they use, which makes not only, and this is different than tempo, right? The beat is very different than the type of frequency that music is run at.
Yeah.
So 432 hertz compared to 440 hertz. This is a huge, for those of you who are musicians who are listening, or for even those of you who are not, all the music that you listen to is tuned to 440 hertz. So to kind of cover briefly what this means is hertz are it's cycles per second or frequency. So it's how many wavelengths are in the frequency, right?
Oh, how cool.
So today, almost all contemporary music is tuned to what is known as standard tuning, which is 440 hertz. When any instrument is to be played, we always must tune it so that it has the best quality of sound and that it matches to who or what we're playing with. Mm-hmm. Because of convenience, there was a need to make a universal pitch for all sake, for instrument makers, composers, and orchestras all over the world. So even though 432 hertz was fully supported by the French and Italian composers through most of the classical periods, 440 hertz eventually became the universal pitch standard. So Mozart and Verdi, who are two well-known men, composed in 432 hertz, all their music. But it wasn't until 1936 that the US adopted 440 hertz as the standard tuning. And then after that, Europe followed many years, and then it was proposed on both continents, and then now it's become the standard tuning. If we even go back further, the Greek philosopher and mathematician Pythagoras is often accredited with identifying musical harmonic ratios related to scientific pitch and the birth of 432 hertz. Wow. So he found that 432 hertz resonated more naturally with the harmonics of the earth, known as the Schumann resonance. And studies have been done to show that 432 hertz lowers heart rate, decreases anxiety, increases focus, and creates an increased rate of satisfaction when compared to listening to 440 hertz. So I work in my practice directly with 432 hertz. Almost all of my instruments are tuned to 432 hertz because it's the natural tuning of nature, the earth, and our bodies.
Wow, how cool! Like again, because I'm not well steeped in knowledge in this area, I just want to preface my questions not to insult, but if I ask a question that isn't good, it's just because I don't know. So
it's totally good. All questions are not bad questions.
All right, thank you. So at 432 hertz, will you ever? Or no, actually, let me ask. At 440 hertz, will you ever find like a heavy metal or a punk or a like gangster rap song, because that's at a lower frequency, isn't it?
So when you say lower frequency, are you asking in regards to the actual mathematics of the frequency, or are you saying frequency more in a general term of
our vibration?
Mm-hmm.
I was assuming that 440 was higher than 432, so 440 Correct. Must bring our vibration up. But again, I'm unsure. That's why I'm asking. Yeah,
of course. So again, almost all music nowadays, regardless of the genre, is attuned to 440 hertz.
Okay.
And one is not, I wouldn't call 440 hertz bad by any means, but it doesn't move with the rhythms of nature. It doesn't move with the rhythms of our bodies. And we can see this in the scientific studies that have been done that show the comparison between individuals who listen to 440 hertz music and music that's attuned to 432 hertz. And we see that there's a substantial difference in how the body responds to those two specific hertz and frequencies.
Wow, so cool. This is amazing. Hey, Isaï, I got to take a short break. When I come back, you said something before in the beginning about sound baths. I want to go back. I want to know more about that. I want to know about how words and language and how they create our reality. And then there's this thing called, I don't know if I'm saying it right, solfeggio frequencies. I want to talk all about that stuff. Also, you have 3 pages full of instant feedback because people are very interested in this. So I'll try and get to everything, guys. But Miss Isaï, I just got to take a short break. Can you hang with me?
100%, Casey.
Okay, I got a great guest here, guys. Just hang for 1 second.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945.
Optima Tax Relief.
Dreams is closer than you think. KDMA and the Actors Studio is an established, reputable talent management and services agency based on the East Coast. Actors, models, singers, voiceover artists, and live entertainers trust their careers with KDMA. Not only does KDMA advise and market talent, they provide talent with the necessary tools to be successful in today's demanding entertainment industry, offering in-house classes, coaching, video services, reel and audio production, showcases, seminars, and more. KDMA makes talent development and advancement simple and affordable. For more info, and theactorstudio.com. That's KDMA and theactorstudio.com. Let KDMA take your career to the next level.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. All right, guys, welcome back to the Isaï Williams show here. The soul activator and medicine being, sacred stasis, guys. Go to sacredstasis.com. Hey, welcome back to the show, Isaï.
Hello.
Yeah, you've been talking about some real cool stuff here, and let's hear what your fans think for just for a couple, and we'll get back to some other stuff. Okay?
Yes, please.
All right. Let's go to Josh in Vermont. He goes, "What has the hardest part of your spiritual journey been?"
For sure. What a beautiful question. Walking my spiritual journey on this planet is never going to be easy, especially in a society in the West that's very scientific based, very masculine driven. And when you step into a place of tuning into your intuition, which is attributed to more feminine aspects, it's looked at as kind of a woo-hoo thing. When you work with things that are not quote unquote conventional, and there's a lot of projection and judgment from a lot of people. And from that, at the very beginning of my journey, I took it very personally. I took it as personal attacks. I took it as people not liking me, etc. It also is because me identifying.
What does that mean? I hope you know from my intention. I said Miss Isaï before. Can you teach me some more here? I don't want to offend anyone.
Oh no, and I don't take offense, but I do love that question, Casey. So to make it short, queer is just an umbrella term for being different. It's used by the LGBTQI plus community. So I identify as non-binary to spirit. I don't identify in the binary of what gender is. I was taught in school that gender is between gender is between the ears, and sex is between the legs. So I don't identify as a man or a woman.
I apologize then for saying this.
To go back to answering the question.
Yeah, sorry.
You're fine. Coming into a place of people seeing you and people judging you, that was the hardest thing for me. But then transforming it into a way of seeing it as a learning lesson on how and if I desire to hold space to help these people, that's the reason that I do the work that I do. To help people see within themselves where they can transform their lives. So
pretty brave, I must say. Thank you, Josh. Okay, let's go to Sarah in New York. Do I need to be sick to receive therapy from you? I'm healthy mentally and physically, but spiritually I'm lost. Can you help me?
So, Sarah, the first thing I would suggest that you do, ideology that there is sickness, right? Because when we say we're sick, the power of words is so powerful. Word and language create our reality. So and science has proven this, when we say we're sick, our body responds to that and we literally become ill. Our cells respond to that.
Wow.
So no, you do not have to be sick to receive healing from me. As I do distance sessions for all the listeners that are out there, no matter where you are on earth, I can work with you. And spiritually, that's the work that I do, right? Mentally and physically, you might be very, very well, but you might be missing something. So if you work with me, please reach out. Do not hesitate. And
where's the best place to do that, Isaï?
Like you said at the very beginning of the segment, it's going to be my website, sacredstasis.com, SacredStasis.com, sacredstasis.com.
Are you on any social media that people can look at?
Yep, both Facebook and Instagram. You can follow me, look up my ceremonies, contact me through there, or you can text me or give me a call at 801-410-0005.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, thanks, Sarah. John Texas. Do you provide your work virtually?
Yes, John from Texas. Of Sarah's question, I do provide services virtually. There is no necessity for you to be present where I am at in Utah. I can help you wherever you are at, whether that's in the comfort of your own home or whether you're on vacation. It does not matter where you are.
Isaï, do you offer Reiki too?
One of my specialties is the energetic healing. So divination and Reiki are my specialties when it comes to distance as well.
Pretty cool. I've been getting into this. I've been seeing 1111 everywhere.
Beautiful.
That's a good thing, right?
Yes, it is. It'd be a powerful angel number for sure.
Yeah, every time I'm supposed to write it down, and I'm supposed to thank the angels for saying, "Hey, I'm around. We're around.
We're watching you."
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's go to Melanie in Texas. Another one from Texas here. Are there any genres of music or an artist you recommend that uplift and nurture the spirit?
Oh, wow. What a beautiful question. So it really depends on what you feel the most attracted to. But to answer your question very specifically, I like listening to music that has mantra in it, which is classic Indian chanting. That is very peaceful for my soul, or excitable, depending on what I want. I listen to a lot of non-vocal music as well. So Annette Cantor is very beautiful. Dietur is very beautiful. Deutr. A lot of, if you look up solfeggio frequencies, a lot of those types of solfeggio frequencies.
Yeah.
So solfeggio frequencies, it's become very popular within the last 5 years. If you Google it or YouTube it, it's all over the place. So solfeggio is based on our musical notation of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, which is named solfege from the Gregorian times. So Gregorian chants have a measurable influence on human psychology and the physiology. So those who perform the chants experience the lowest heart rates and blood pressure while singing. And this is according to Dr. Alan Watkins, a neuroscience lecturer at Imperial College out of London.
Wow.
And other research suggests that singing these ancient compositions release fatigue, alleviates depression, and the scientists nowadays have also observed that monastic singers require much less sleep, almost as little as 2 hours a day.
Oh my God.
Right, it's crazy. So seismatics, a lot of work with solfeggio frequencies is based around seismatics, which is the science of observing the effects of sound and frequency on matter, usually in the form of liquid or a powder. So through seismatics, these scientists use what's called a seismoscope, which measures and creates the visual of the vibration being used. And then they see what's called antinodes, which are the tops and the bottoms of the visible standing sound waves that are seen. And then from here, scientists use mathematics to calculate the hertz. There are 6 original solfeggio notes, which are cycles per second. Contemporary music scale frequencies nowadays are not identical to the original notes in the 20th century, like we talked about earlier in regards to 432 versus 440.
Right.
So those individuals wishing to play in the original solfeggio frequency scale tune to what I use as tuning forks. Like they're very specific instruments that hold a very specific vibration. So with the solfeggio frequencies, there are typically 6 that have been found that are directly correlated. Which is 396, which is releases fear, 417, which creative solutions and allows expression to be amplified, and then 852 hertz, which is a very, very highly spiritual attunement.
Wow, so awesome. I mean, are you like a trained musician?
Yes. So when I was a child, I grew up in the performing arts. So I play a multitude. I play piano, and I'm a vocalist.
Oh, awesome.
I play the violin. So I took musical theory, musical pedagogy, vocal pedagogy. I was a musician for a majority of my life, even entering college. So a lot of this information is very known to me, but then applying it to my healing practices has amplified what I do.
Yeah,
it must. Really amazing.
It must bring you to another level. How cool, man! Do you know who Trevor Hall is?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Oh,
one of my
nice.
favorites.
He's one of my favorites too. Oh, that's so neat.
The music like Xavier Rudd or Knock on Medicine for the People, like they're definitely
Medicine for the People. What do they call them?
Oh my gosh, yes, beautiful, beautiful song.
All right, cool. Hey, I would talk to you forever, but we are out of time here. But I got a great guest here, guys. I want you to go to the website. I want you to go to sacredstasis.com. Isaï, my grandmother used to have a saying. She would say when she, wanted to hear what you're thinking, she'd say, Casey, you have the floor. So, Isaï, in the words of my grandmother, you have the floor. Anything you want to leave us with or talk about?
Yeah, of course. So for those who are listening, what I would suggest throughout your day, if you have time, tune in to one song in your day, whatever that gets to be for yourself. And while you're listening to it, really listen to what, if there's being lyrics or if there's not being lyrics. If there's lyrics being sung, really feel into what the song is bringing up for you emotionally. Why is it making you feel this way? What is going on with your body? And if there's not any type of vocals, what are the instruments doing? What are the vibrations doing to yourself and to your body and to your mind? Tuning into music changes our reality. It changes how we feel and how we show up with the world. So just emitting that joy, that love, and that excitement out into the world from your own heart space.
Pretty awesome. Isaï Williams, we got a lot in common, don't we? Pretty cool. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.